Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today's story is one that will leave you feeling angry and frustrated. It's about a man who was the victim of an improper copper who not only ruined his reputation but also destroyed his whole career prospects. This man used to be a youth worker, and one day he confiscated an air pistol off of one of the boys at the youth centre. He had recorded the incident and had the air pistol in his boot, but he hadn't gotten around to handing it in to the police yet. A month later, he was sitting outside a shop in his car around 6 a.m. reading a newspaper he had just bought from the shop. About 20 minutes after buying that newspaper, he hears a big voice through a megaphone telling him, "Get out the car!" He found himself surrounded by at least 30 armed police officers who had blocked off the road. He refused to leave the car, fearing that he would be shot. Who wouldn't? A black officer eventually escorted him from the car and asked him if he had any weapons. He told them about the air pistol in the boot and was promptly arrested for armed robbery. He was in utter shock. It turns out the shop had a post office in the back, and the post office master had called the police on him after he had bought the newspaper. The man was brought to Leighton police station and put in a cell for 17 hours before being interviewed. The officers asked him why he had an air pistol, and he told them about confiscating it from a boy at the youth centre and that it was all recorded. So the officers went and checked, and 3 hours later came back to confirm his story. But instead of dropping the charges, the police said they were going to charge him with possession of a firearm. So no longer armed robbery, just possession of a firearm. The guy threatened to plead not guilty and take the case to Crown Court, where he would explain to the jury what had happened. He knew the jury would find him innocent. The officers laughed because they knew he was being smart, and they knew he was smart, and said, "Okay, we'll give you a caution instead. It'll stay on your record for 3 years." Now the guy knew he was going to go to university for 4 years, so he accepted the caution because he just wanted to get out of the station. Fast forward 4 years later, and the man had completed his degree course and had gone back to university to do a postgraduate in teaching. He applied for a job with Lewisham Council and was offered a position paying him £27,000 per annum for 3 days' work. Perfect! Well, it was perfect, until Lewisham called him and told him they would be withdrawing the job offer because he had a criminal record, for possession of a firearm. The police caution should have been off his record a whole year earlier, but the police had kept it on there and supplied the council with the information. Not only did Lewisham Council withdraw the job offer, but they also said he would be added to a blacklist database, which would prevent him from being employed by Lewisham Council or any of their sister boroughs ever again in the future. This man's entire career prospects were destroyed because of an improper copper who ruined his reputation and his career prospects. He hasn't been employed since, and it's been over 20 years. Improper coppers come in all shapes and sizes, and their attacks can be devastating. So, we urge you to go and buy a few copies of the Stop and Search Survival Guide and share them with friends and family, especially if you've got sons. It's essential to know your rights and stand up against such behaviours. It's time for us to speak out against improper coppers and demand justice for those who have been victimised. Let us know in the comments below what you think about this story, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. Until next time, share the video. #impropercopper.